Yo, what's up guys, Vojtech here. In today's video, I'd like to show you something pretty scary. At first, The Daily Kepper, a YouTube rabbit hole by Nick Crowley. Isn't The Daily Kepper like a guy that was just, posting like fake news daily? Or is it a trend and it's multiple people, or is it completely different? You know, seeing this thumbnail and you know a YouTube rabbit hole, I guess it's not just fake news, right? I mean, it's probably something completely different. Capping, it's a popular slang, but still, I don't know. The daily capper, the daily news, the daily whatever. I don't know. Just sounds familiar. I don't know. Anyways, let's see it. Let's go. Like the original. Like me. Alright.
September 7th,
Thank
2012. A 15-year-old girl uploads a video to YouTube documenting her ongoing struggle with cyber harassment and blackmail.
Is she capping though?
An unnamed individual. Throughout the video, not a single word is spoken. Instead, the teen tells her story through dialogue written on paper cards, flipping through them one by one, painting a picture of the traumatic abuse she was living through. Just over 1 month later, she would be dead, as a direct result of that very harassment. The story of Amanda Todd is one of the most heartbreaking across all of YouTube, with the case sending ripples not only across the site, but across the world as well, with the fallout still being felt to this very day. And from this case, a light was briefly cast on one of the darker corners the internet has ever seen, momentarily illuminating a community that was never meant to be seen by the public eye, with a rabbit hole even more bizarre than anything we've covered on this channel before. And today, we're diving down to its very depths.
Your anchor person, Doris Marley, and welcome to the Daily Kepper. Happy hunting.
What was written there?
Before we dive into this incredibly dark topic, I chose not to do a sponsor on this one as it just didn't really feel right, but if you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon page that offers some exclusive benefits. For example, less censored versions of videos like the one you're watching right now. Or you can just go over and check out the new ghost hunting channel that myself and Nexpo started called Nick and Ryan. A brand new video dropping at the end of this month, and then a ton
actually more. That I would like to see. Maybe I will react to it. But these videos. I just know the funny sus guy. How is he called? I can't. He's like almost bald and stuff. He's pretty funny. Mexican, I think.
In the early days of the internet, a time when, due to the general public's lack of understanding of this new online world, moderation was at its most primitive and nefarious activity ran rampant, with many of the worst examples coming from the dawn of live streaming. Back then, streams and their associated chats were almost entirely unregulated, leading to them becoming a cesspool of all sorts of degeneracy, and it's within one of these various sites where Amanda's torment
I'm not really sure about the chat thing. It's probably true. By the way, Blog TV. I'm not that old. I don't know this website. But I wanted to say, you know what was the worst thing? It was the delay. Because live streams, it was called live streams, right? But back in the 2000s, the delay was even like a minute or two. In 2010, the delay might be around 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. But man, now I see some streamers, they got like second or 2 seconds delay. That's crazy, right? I mean, I'm actually streaming on Twitch or other platforms too, but I'm streaming and my streams usually got like 5 seconds delay because my computer and the internet, I guess, isn't that great. But when you got like beefy specs, you can really do like only 1 second and 2 seconds, and it's pretty like sounds pretty crazy, right? Don't you think? I mean, I don't know. It's like as if I was really in the room with them and all that stuff, you know. But yeah, that was the worst thing. Actually, I remember that people were streaming on Twitch rather than on YouTube, because I remember that back in the days YouTube had almost 1 minute delay, and Twitch had only half of it, you know. But hey, those were the old days, you know. I wasn't streaming back then, so I don't know if it's actually like true, but I heard it from the streamers, so
Blog
I
TV,
believe it.
where Amanda had logged in one evening at the age of 13 to the tune of
Cute
200
emotes.
viewers, and it was here
Or
that she felt
rather,
pressured to
rather
eventually
Smiley
face
said
the
that.
camera with the whole
Yeah,
chat
right.
cheering her on. A decision that she would regret not only in the moment, but for the remainder of her life. Lurking in the chat room was a man under the alias of Tyler Boo, who had been waiting for that very opportunity to grab a screenshot and recording of this young girl in her most vulnerable moment, before immediately turning around and using that image as blackmail in an attempt to leverage it for more private performances.
Wait, I'm sorry, what did she do?
Where Amanda's torment would begin. It happened on a website called Blog TV, where Amanda had logged in one evening at the age of 13 to the tune of 200 viewers, and it was here that she would be pressured to eventually flash the camera with the whole chat cheering her on. A decision that she would regret not only in the moment, but for the remainder of her life.
Wait.
Lurking in the chat room was a man under the alias of Tyler Boo.
Did she flash like her
to grab a screenshot
upstairs?
And recording of this young girl in her most vulnerable moment, before immediately turning around and using that image as blackmail in an attempt to leverage.
By the way, the old school Facebook, you know, goes hard. You know, I was using it. Anyways, the design is completely different now. Sorry. Wow. Am I understanding it right? That she flashed her, you know, these two at 13, or you know, I don't like. You know, even back in the days, you know, maybe someone would stream it. It can happen nowadays too, right? But I mean, it's still not legal, right? I mean, that's crazy. Or maybe back in the day, it, you know, I don't know if it was legal actually, but probably wasn't legal. Anyways, let's continue.
It was a demand that Amanda refused, though truthfully it wouldn't have mattered anyway, as Tyler would turn her world into a living hell of online harassment, with a photo and video being sent to all of her friends, acquaintances, and family members. It got so bad that on multiple occasions her entire family would be forced to move, though this was of no use, as Tyler's evil crusade persisted. Every new school, every person she interacted with, would eventually be met with the content from that fateful stream.
Sorry.
Amanda can never outrun
Sorry
them,
about that.
with nowhere left to turn.
My disc is doing funny
things.
things.
Until eventually, on October 10th, 2012,
just weird sounds.
Couldn't take it anymore. The story of Amanda Todd is a complex, tragic tale, with many factors ultimately playing a role in her untimely passing, with none being more prominent than her harasser. And with her video gaining immense virality following her passing, all eyes were on Amanda's case, with the big question being, who is Tyler Boo? A question that leads us to a particularly disturbing discovery and today's main topic. As to unmask this abuser, we have to first recognize that he wasn't alone, but rather was part of one of the most bizarre and deranged communities ever uncovered on the internet. With Amanda's story making headlines, Canadian authorities quickly began work on their investigation, dedicating a team of detectives to unmask the man behind the Tyler Boo alias.
That might be even, you know, different laws and stuff.
Were far more common than you would imagine. Back then, Tyler was what is known as a capper, someone who prowls live streams of young women and men across the internet, egging them on into performing some type of lewd act.
What?
And upon convincing them to perform said act, these cappers would then...
Capper? Daily? Wow! I actually didn't know about it. So daily capper meant someone that was publishing like cam videos. Basically. Wow. I didn't know.
Or recordings also known as caps, immortalizing the moment in an
like captures, right? Captures.
For some cappers, this is where their involvement ends, but for many others, it goes much deeper. Once in possession of the caps, they will then use this as blackmail against the victim in order to further extort them, which is exactly what Tyler Boo had done to Amanda.
I have your caps. I never heard that in my life.
Then, this
I
kind
have
of
your
stuff happened
caps.
on a freakishly regular basis, with hundreds, even thousands of cappers operating on a given night, with their list of victims being essentially immeasurable. Victims who had their lives
It's like a criminal group, right?
by these malevolent outside forces that forbade them from ever speaking out. And these forces rarely operated alone. In reality, many of these cappers were closely intertwined within a community of individuals sharing this common practice, many of whom shared techniques, caps, and genuine online connections with each other.
Techniques? How
and
do?
as dark as this all may seem,
What
their
techniques?
actual doings are somehow even worse than you could fathom. A fact that would only be fully understood and laid out on a silver platter upon the discovery of an internet-based program known as the Daily Capper.
Oh, pretty cool. Let's see. What the hell?
Happy Father's Day, cappers and camera cooks. Welcome to the week in review of the Daily Capper.
The short-form program began its run here on YouTube.
Pretty scary. What year is this?
And continued airing weekly
The
for
quality
over a
is
year,
pretty
with
bad.
each episode having a runtime of roughly 5 minutes, primarily featuring this uncanny host and her robotic voice. And if she looks vaguely familiar, you might recognize her, or even the layout in general, as having come from the old HBO series Crashbox, an educational program made for children, which features an eerily similar segment called Distraction News.
That's something. So they got inspired by a kids show. Wow, that's crazy. Oh.
Good evening, I'm Doris Marmy and welcome to Distraction News, where we give you the news and then ask you 5 questions.
Wait, but I can see that, right here, she's obviously moving her lips. Probably there's like a stick. Right, there's a stick and there's a guy under her just pushing it up, up down, right? And I get that. I get how they are doing it, but the Daily Capper, how were they moving its lips, its mouth, or were they not synced at all and they were just talking, as it didn't matter?
Was a much different show, as its creators stole the imagery from Crashbox and dubbed over it with this off-putting text-to-speech in order to tell the top weekly stories from the world of capping, with the channel's description reading, "The capping world is a world that is unknown and mysterious to some, but really there's nothing mysterious about it. The Daily Capper is here to report week by week what goes on in the capping world." The page is almost like a time capsule, preserving the wrongdoings of this otherwise obscure community, and putting it all out in the open. And because of this, investigators were understandably immediately drawn to the program, as it quite literally documented all of the highlights in the capping community, even discussing some of the group's major players and victims at the time that Tyler Boo had been harassing Amanda. And thus began their deep dive, and ours as well.
Did they get caught though, the Tyler guy?
Than at the very beginning.
Also, I can imagine that he would be caught, but
through the year, and what better way to spend 365 days than on your computer screen looking for camera clips? Despite what others think, summer is not the time to go outdoors swimming, being with friends. Rather, it is a time for girls and boys to turn.
Oh yeah, again, it's not synced.
Jarring note, with its creator being so crass
because
that some might mistake this as a work of satire, though sadly this is far from the case.
I can see, because I was wondering, back in the days, they didn't have AI to open the mouth like that, So I was wondering, but seeing it right now, they are not synced at all.
Which becomes evident after only a few minutes, when the tone is set for just how disturbing the Daily Capper is going to be.
These are some highlights from this past week. Nicole, 34, went to Tiny Chat and exposed her 15-year-old.
Oh.
She was later heroed and blackmailed by Doc Holliday,
Throughout the episode, multiple stories are told about what the capping community has been up to, with the host referring to the accusation of these caps as epic wins. A common phrase throughout the capping community.
Classic.
A true indicator of the time period in which the show aired.
But man, that's so...
all the more chilling was that each of the girls that had been featured on the
underage,
show
right?
were minors, with the creator making sure to mention their ages, like the 15-year-olds, and even a group of 13-year-olds.
Oh.
Let's start with this past Thursday. Epic Win was delivered in the form of 4 13-year-old girls from Blog TV Junior.
What the hell?
All for a room of 300. A hero went on cam and streamed their video for them. These girls remain the most talked about girls in the capping world.
With these children bearing the brunt of the community's blackmail.
Alright, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if it's just underage girls, or in this show it is. But is capping just underage? I'm pretty sure it's not, because it must be like a big community. So even if there was a rule, the girl can't be an adult, someone would definitely break it. But man, I mean, this show especially is so weird. I really hope they found, someone behind it, because man, what I mean, if they included like some minors, it would be still weird, right? But the fact that they are, specializing on minors, that's a whole different level.
Not only did this one episode alone prove the existence of the capping community, but it also showed us a glimpse into how they operate, who they truly are, and just how remorseless they can be. It's truly unlike anything I've ever seen on the internet. A group so clearly committing wrongdoings, yet so shamelessly airing it out. And I truly believe that whoever was behind the Daily Capper never meant for this show to leave their little bubble. With the very first episode alone, including callbacks and past references to the capping community, with no added context being given.
From Blog TV Junior went to Tiny Chat once again. If you remember, she has been to Tiny Chat before. One thing that has not changed: every post Coke makes gets deleted or banned.
Showing us that A, the community had been around long before the Daily Capper.
Yeah, this is
B,
pretty, how do you say it, uncanny, pretty scary.
The community, making it apparent that the
even the quality is so...
cappers, which is likely why it comes off as so unapologetic. Especially as the episodes go on, as things only devolve further from here.
Don't zoom in, man. Oh. Was there a new law maybe introduced?
Welcome cappers and campers to this special July 4th edition of the Daily Capper, and what a week it has been.
Why is she greeting the cam people?
Who had fallen victim to a capper, with said capper turning around and using the cap as blackmail to force the girl into
himself, along with Razor and this guy. Blackmail the girl to drink her own on this site.
A move that was celebrated by the host, as the Daily Capper didn't just highlight the best caps of the week, but also the best instances of blackmail, with the host making it very...
Oh, that's scary. Wait. Let me hit the cap. She was talking about razor blades and what?
With said capper turning around and using the cap as blackmail to force the girl into...
Himself along with Razor and this guy.
Himself along with her.
To drink her own on this site.
I'm not sure. I don't... Wait, but why are they showing a guy? I don't get that. So... I see himself, but nothing before it. It was censored. Did this guy suicide, or what's the deal with this guy? Who is this guy? It's the guy that offed himself with a razor, or was he one of the cappers? Did something to a girl and then he suicide? Let me know in case you know, because I don't get it. I'm pretty confused right now.
That was celebrated by the host, as the Daily Capper didn't just highlight the best caps of the week, but also the best instances of blackmail, with the host making it very clear throughout the program just how much he appreciated the art of blackmail. It's a whole different level of disturbing.
Pretty weird.
Yet somehow, the show manages to one-up itself with ease every single week, as the ages of the victims get lower and lower, to the point where the host was highlighting a cap.
This past Friday, Minnie pressured a 12-year-old black girl with her 8-year-old sister too. Seriously, an 8-year-old
taken from an 8-year-old child.
I can't. I won't. Honestly, I don't know what she said there. What was redacted, I don't know.
That's no coincidence, as virtually all the caps highlighted are mentioned to have come from minors, while those obtaining the caps were generally far older.
Okay, I get
that
it.
a key pillar of this community wasn't just exploitation and blackmail, but pedophilia as well. And to truly hammer this point home, the host even refers to cam girls above the age of 18 as retired.
This is the only place
Sorry.
to see Charlotte, dog, and panther moose.
Retired.
So I guess it's also a camp retirement home.
Retired.
And though I feel the examples given prior go a long way to explaining what the Daily Capper was all about,
crazy, man.
I think the host manages to encapsulate just how vile their own show was in this one little segment.
Oh no.
Now a lot of people wonder exactly what capping is really like. While it's hard to explain every aspect in such a short period of time, some people have gone as far as to describe it as an underground version of Girls Gone Wild. Of course, there are a lot of differences between capping and Girls Gone Wild.
What's that?
There are no blackmailers on Girls Gone Wild. But then again, those girls know they're going to have their videos shared all over the world. While girls on the internet will cry when they get recorded, that is a huge difference between capping and Girls Gone Wild. Plus they have to ask for permission before they use videos. And they have to be 18 or over. Complete opposite to what goes on here.
That's crazy, the complete opposite. That's crazy.
By this point, it's clear that both the community and the host
What's
of the
Girls
Daily
Gone
Capper
Wild,
are
by the way?
completely irredeemable. And despite some attempts by the creator to project a more neutral stance by making disparaging comments towards the community and thankfully not actually showing, this was in reality just an attempt to slide by what
still
regulation
online.
existed on the site back then, and a feeble one at that, as in one case the host even guides his community on how to obtain.
They got banned on Ustream and soon were blackmailed by Perso Pete to deleting their account. If you want to know where you can get the video, just message the person who blackmailed them, Love Ya Shotty, on YouTube.
And on top of that, all throughout the show, the hosts
Love Ya
celebrate
Shotty.
depravity within their community, and not just
Love
in
Ya
a
Shotty?
figurative way.
That's pretty weird.
But
I didn't know the
in a
word
literal
shorty
one as well.
existed back in the days. I thought it was a recent thing. Oh, 2009. Pub 12 channel.
Starting from before their first program would even air, the Daily Capper hosted the Capper Awards, an Oscar-like program made to celebrate the community's accomplishments throughout the year, with awards being given for such categories
That's so
as
weird,
Campsite
though.
of the Year, Cam Whore of the Year, Hero of the Year, and most chillingly, Blackmailer of the Year. This annual show first premiered on a separate YouTube channel back in 2009 and encapsulated everything wrong with this community.
So I'm pretty sure that the blackmailer of a year usually made someone suicide, right? Is that the case? We'll see,
the
but
arrogance,
man,
the
come
deranged
on.
beliefs, the sense of pride.
This is
As
actually
someone who
like
thinks the show can't get any
crazy.
worse, goes ahead and
People
does something
making
like
these
this,
videos and
with the sheer size of this community being
Coke.
put on full display.
What's the Coke
As it was
guy?
mentioned that over 4,000 votes were cast for just one category alone, at a time before the
and
Daily
it's on
Capper
YouTube
had
still.
even begun. And this wasn't a one-time affair either, as in 2010 the show would return, this time being made into a full program in the styling that we're now used to.
Welcome cappers and campers to the official 2010 Capper Awards voting video. Here we will go over the awards.
The quality is so bad, but I guess 2010, you know,
Again, many of the same disturbed
what the hell, what are we talking about? I can't, you know, I get that everyone has their kinks, right? But man, this is just evil, like pure evil. She, by the way, the quote is pretty bad, but now knowing that it's 2010, it's not that bad actually. You know, the guy making it, I mean, definitely had like a beefy computer. You know, it could handle a lot. I can imagine. Anyways,
For
let's
the
see.
awards and the nominees, Blackmailer of the Year. This one is for the best of the internet.
Again, many of the same
What does
disturbed
that
categories
even mean,
remained,
man?
with the most prominent being Blackmailer of the Year,
Man,
which,
that's
following
crazy.
community voting, would be awarded to a user named Cody1206,
Oh.
who gained notoriety following his harassment of a young girl named Peyton.
Currently on Blog TV Junior, the girl named Peyton is being blackmailed every day by her mom Cody1206. So as usual
Mom.
with every blackmail, Peyton will give in to every request until Cody gets tired of her months from now and releases all her videos.
The situation sounds all too familiar to Amanda's, and not only did the capping
Really?
community know the full extent of her torment, they celebrated it at an award show. And if this all wasn't bad enough, especially considering how Amanda's story would turn out, the host had this to say in a prior episode in regards to a young girl who suddenly disappeared after being harassed by this very community.
According to her Twitter, she ran away. Other sources have said she committed. Where she is now, we won't remember next week.
The parallels to the way this community operates and the story of Amanda Todd are
I mean, it's true, you know, that about these girls, you just forget about them. But the thing is, the bad thing. I mean, there are a lot of bad things about this, but the worst thing is that it's a child. I mean, I think I understand the community a little bit. It's like a community that was before incels, right? And I need to say something. The incel community, it's not a pleasant place, but they are not just bad people. But this community seems to be pretty bad. I mean, incels, sorry. That's that's heaven to me compared to this. I mean, I'm pretty sure the people here, the cappers, I'm assuming, or I'm rather guessing, I'm pretty sure it's those type of guys, and maybe even women, I don't know, that would tell you, well, it was her choice to flash, strip, or whatever. So she's how do you say it nicely, she can be used, and then thrown away, right? And man, I mean, it sounds pretty bad in one. I mean, maybe if it was an adult, it would be still bad, but I would be like, okay. But man, this is another level. Like, according, like, just hear
She
this.
ran away. Other sources have said she committed. Where she is now, we won't remember
Next week, right?
The
That's
parallels to the way this community operates and the story of
Oh
Amanda
man,
Todd are
that's pretty
extremely
bad.
noteworthy, and it's not hard to see why investigators gravitated towards the Daily Capper being somehow involved in her death.
On what
After
website
all,
was this
most of these
published
cappers
though?
seem to be in a
It's,
tight-knit group.
I mean,
However,
I'm pretty sure that this wasn't YouTube, right? No, I mean, I'm not, YouTube was little different, back in the days you could upload like racist videos, but you couldn't, upload porn and, murders and all that stuff. You couldn't, no gore, all that, no. But I wonder what this website is. I don't recognize it, but I mean, it's pretty. I mean, wow. I mean, I I haven't been shocked for a while, this much.
After all, most of these cappers seem to be in a tight-knit group. However, there was one major reason for investigators to train their attention onto the daily capper, and it's a particularly devastating one.
Oh man.
Merry Christmas, cappers and camp to the December 19th edition of the Daily Capper. Meanwhile, another girl from blog has been talked about a lot this week. Denouncing Amanda.
Amanda?
On December 19th, 2010, the Daily Capper
Is it the
would air a
girl?
segment mentioning an
It's the
up-and-coming
girl,
target for their
right?
community.
That
With that
over
child
the
being
herself, right?
13-year-old Amanda Todd. In the show, the host states that she was extremely active on campsites, and that she was being talked about quite a bit in the camping community.
It's
Ties to
weird.
Amanda weren't just conjecture,
I mean,
it was proven
these
right there.
people might say something along the lines that parents should, watch their kids, make them, block like these websites, these kind of websites. I mean, true. I mean, I get it a little bit, but even if the girl, even if I understood the statement, right? I still wouldn't blackmail a 13-year-old, right? So she later kills herself. Like, what? I mean, come on now. I mean, I understand it just a little bit, but most of it I don't really understand. How can you have that, like, opinion? You know, she went to the site. The parents should have watched her. So therefore, I can just say flash it. For some reason, she flashes it. I don't know why. I mean, that's pretty dumb of you, not gonna lie. And then she kills herself, and it's fine. I will move to another one. I mean, that's pretty sad, not gonna lie. I mean, honestly, I have watched a lot of Nick's videos, but this one, man, this one is, wow, a little different.
The footage.
She said she has been IP banned from Blog TV and ended up moving to Wicked Camp Chat to seem like she usually does.
As coincidentally, the show
Not
just
gonna
so
lie
happened
though,
to
she is
coincide
pretty
with the
down for
exact
that.
time frame that
She
Amanda's
gets
harassment
banned
had
and
begun.
goes to another
She had been
website.
trapped by this community, grasped firmly in their clutches, and with the Daily Capper being so intertwined in this world of capping, it seemed all but certain that one of its members had been the culprit behind her torment. But
Cody?
Who was Tyler Boo?
Oh, Tyler.
Well, despite investigators likely believing that they were close to their big break, while sifting through this disturbed online world, they actually wouldn't be the ones to break the news of this man's identity, and instead, answers came out of nowhere, in a twist that somehow makes this story even more bizarre.
What? What's this? The Daily Cap. Oh my god! Are you serious right now, bro?
Dear citizens of our nation, we have brought this announcement forwards solely for the purpose of releasing Amanda Todd's Punisher's identity. You will find an URL to the man's box in there. You will see various information about said person.
Wow. That's so crazy. Anonymous.
Before the police could even finish their investigation,
Wow.
Anonymous, the world-renowned hacking organization,
That caught me
would take
off
it upon
guard.
themselves to uncover Tyler Boo's identity, with their results finding him to be a major player in the capping community.
I know that Anonymous, they are like hackers, right? But, some things they have done, amazing. I mean, if some of them, did this and then, were saying like, oh, my situation, life situation is pretty bad right now. Could you spare change? Or, could I sleep over at your house till I find a next job, I would definitely say yes
User
to
by the
these
name
people.
of Cody1206, aka 2010's Blackmailer of the Year.
Also, Cody
In
is
the program
Tyler.
crowning Cody1206, it mentioned how
Why
he abused
Cody,
a young girl
though?
named Peyton, a previously discussed victim
Cody
who suffered
Tyler?
similar harassment to Amanda. And with this notion, Anonymous dug deeper into the man
I
until they were
wonder
able to
how
prove
the
that the
guy
same
looks
account
like.
was in constant contact with Amanda, and had supposedly been streaming her cap on this account for the whole world
Probably
to see.
normal,
And
but
to add even
that's
more to
even the
Cody's
scarier
rap sheet,
thing.
he was supposedly already in the process of being charged with sexual assault on a minor.
Wait,
Anonymous
he
found
looks...
their guy, and upon confirming this among themselves, they would publish this video including his full docs, with all of his private information being leaked to the whole world, with his real name turning out to actually be Cody. And just like that, the internet's #1 villain was unmasked.
Oh, okay, so we are talking about Cody, not the Tyler
there
guy,
was
right?
just one issue. Anonymous actually got it wrong.
Oh.
And when I say wrong, I mean they
How?
were completely off. As it turns out, the phone numbers and addresses belonged to entirely different people, and the birthday they provided for Cody was off by over a decade. And to somehow make it even worse, it would later be confirmed that Cody wasn't even Tyler Boo. And upon the conclusion of the official police investigation, it would be revealed that Amanda's harasser was actually a 44-year-old Dutchman by the name of Aiden Coben, a notorious online...
What? Man, I'm sorry guys, but... What? I mean, he looks normal, but... This is a grown man, right? 44 years old, grown. And he does this as a hobby? Honestly, Dutch, by the way, I didn't know. That's, you know, I don't know a lot of people from Dutch. I don't know any, pretty much. But, man, he does this for enjoyment. 44 years old, grown man, probably not really grown, right? But I mean, that's scary, man. I was, you know what I was expecting? 20 years, maybe 30 at most, but 44. You got more than half of your life, you know, behind you, and now you got a hobby that throws away the other half. Like, I mean, you know, let's be honest, he made her kill herself, but he got at most couple of years at most, but still, I mean,
44-year-old Dutchman by the name of Aiden Coben.
That makes me sick to my stomach, not gonna
known to
lie.
have almost 100 different Facebook accounts in which he used for capping, with the man racking up an extremely long list of victims throughout the years, including Amanda, who he had
over
tormented
100 accounts.
for 3 long years leading to...
Guys, I mean, I must say that's a dedication. You know, the guy is awful, but it's a dedication. You know, respect that. But still, I mean, how does he find the time to operate 100 Facebook accounts? You know, I guess he wasn't using them daily. You know, at most he used maybe 5-10. But I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of time to be using Facebook, right? I mean, I can't imagine having 100 Facebook accounts. I got only mine, pretty much. By the way, this is onion, raw onion. Do you guys eat raw onion? Let me know down in the comments. Because right now, it's the circle, you know, onion circle. Let's continue, sorry. I should be talking about it.
And though Cody did get caught in the crossfire here, I still have no sympathy for him, as he was undoubtedly a known capper in the community, and one of their most celebrated as well. And to make it even worse, it's believed that Cody and Amanda were actually friends, or at least Cody was pretending to be her friend, while at the same time, he was actually showing and sharing her caps regularly, meaning that he too was guilty for the harassment that Amanda was receiving. But despite this story being all over the place at this point, when it was all said and done, the case was finally solved.
13
Some
years?
justice was served for Amanda,
What?
going on to receive a prison sentence of 13 years.
Good.
But that doesn't mean our story is totally finished.
13 years. He is 44 and he got 13 years. You know, if he, acts good and all that stuff, he's friendly, no problems, he would most likely get out like after 6-7 years. Usually when you got the good behavior, you get like half of it, right? That was your sentence. But usually when people go to prison and they are these these people that like to play with children, or even seeing them, and all that stuff, harassing them. I mean, usually even the people in prison don't really like them. And I heard at least a couple of stories when there was a pedo coming to prison, and after some days they just killed him because they find out that he was playing with children or whatever. I also heard about a story where the guy had a new cellmate, and the cellmate was pedo. He was apparently he was talking daily how he enjoyed playing with kids, doing all that stuff, and the guy just couldn't handle it and killed him. And he was like, well, this guy was always talking about kids. I told him don't talk about it, and he kept on going, so I killed him. Pretty interesting. Have you heard the story? Let me know.
Whatever happened to the Daily Capper?
At least justice was served.
In early 2011, a full year before Amanda's passing, the show would come to an unceremonious end, with no real rhyme or reason being given. Shortly before this, it's known that the creator was dealing with issues on YouTube, likely due to improving moderation, causing the show to be kicked from the site and moved to other various websites like
What? This was on YouTube?
Where it can still be found to this very day.
Oh,
however, following
it can be still found.
It seems like everything just kind of stopped.
But hey, I mean, that's crazy. I didn't recognize YouTube. The old YouTube design. Man, I'm actually using internet since I believe 2012. So actually, I wouldn't be able to watch this on YouTube. I mean, I was 10, so. I mean, it's still like naked kids. But if I saw it, I was 10 at the time when we got internet, so it would be still weird. I don't know why would I watch it, but it's different when there is a 40-year-old and 10-year-old watching naked kids. Just my opinion. Hey, let me know. If I was 10, is it weird or like should be illegal for me to watch naked 13-year-olds? I actually don't know. Anyways, the Daily Capper will be expanding into other websites. Stick around. Wow. They can. Oh wait, it was on YouTube and Motherless. I know Motherless. It's an interesting website. But yeah, here's YouTube, the Daily Capper here also. I don't know, the design is broken. It's probably like a Wayback Machine, right? Man, the fact that it was on YouTube and it's apparently still on Daily Motion. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not on Daily Motion since the publishment of this video. Can you say publishment? Is it a real word? Like, since publishing this video, right? It's probably not up, but... Oh, man, I mean... When Amanda died, I feel like the media made this too much about the bullying aspect. Huh, that might be true. I don't know how the news thing went. I didn't saw it, but...
This website and its services also ceasing around this very same
It's
time.
still on Daily Motion.
And on top of this, there was even a separate YouTube channel run by the owner of the Daily Capper called The Capper Cartoon.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. And you know what's worst is that the cartoon, these animations, actually look somewhat good. You know, for like it's uploaded 12 years ago. You know, the guy was obviously talented. You know, he had this. I don't know if he drawn this or whatever, but you know, he had this way. He had his ways. Kipper cartoons. I should check it out honestly. But man, it's so scary. Why is the cartoon so good looking? You know, even if this was uploaded today, I think it would be alright. I mean, I don't know about the animation, but the thumbnails look good. I mean, Lavia Shadi in jail. Oh, that's good actually. So one of them, yeah, Lavia Shadi is a pedo, and what else? And now he's in jail. Is that real though? Probably yeah, right? But I don't know. Why would they like go after Lavia Shadi? Like, why would they go after the guy? Only this guy. Them saying is a pedo. Like, what's the difference between you, right? Not you watching this video, but you know, as someone from the community, member
News, which
of
included
Clappers.
animated stories about well-known cappers.
Oh well, it's not BDSM.
And strangely, this page also came to a halt
Wait,
without any given reason.
wait, I don't get it. Oh, okay, so they are like BDSM oriented? Oh, that's why was the guy probably talking about the razor, right? Okay, okay. Oh, yeah. So I'm understanding a little more. They were BDSM related. They were into the domination. Okay. Okay, so it's their kink, yeah, as I was saying. But still, man, this freaking. So they are into blackmailing, you know, it makes them happy. They like to dominate, so they blackmail. And they like BDSM for some reason. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's still scary, you know. But you know, and especially the fact that they are after kids, just kids. I mean, that's the weirdest thing. It actually sounds like very like as a beta cuck, like beta male. This sounds, you know, they are into domination, but they are only choosing kids. That's beta mindset. Not gonna lie. Sorry about that. Let's go. I've been
And strangely, this page
talking too
also came
much.
to a halt without any given reason. One
Did,
day it all just kind
huh?
of ended, and we have
Was
no
the
idea why.
was the
Perhaps
Dutch
something had
guy?
scared the creator
No.
off, or maybe they just moved to a more secretive location. But either way, the accounts have been dead for well over a year, leading to Amanda's death, marking the end of the Daily Capper for good. Or so we thought.
GG.
Welcome to another edition of the Daily Capper.
The
We
voice
just wanted to help
improved.
provide a few more details to the recent Amanda Todd tragedy.
Out of
Okay.
nowhere, during Amanda's investigation, when the national spotlight was flashed on the long-defunct show, the Daily Capper would return for just a single episode to try and push the blame on Cody for the harassment of Amanda, as the show had aired right after Anonymous had dropped their video. But what makes this episode in particular so disturbing is the fact that it shows proof that not only had the Daily Capper interacted with Amanda, but also that Amanda had interacted with them.
What?
As most of you know, we did a report on Amanda Todd during the time this tragic series of events began occurring. We are able to confirm the timeline in which this all began, as well as a background and information on those involved. There is one thing we can confirm about Amanda. On January 4, 2011, she commented on our video report, in which
What's
she was
this
featured,
website?
detailing how she was being
It's like a
blackmailed.
forum.
She states that she did in fact contact the police about her situation. Obviously, they were of no real assistance.
In a bizarre attempt to clear their name,
Is this
the Daily Capper
Gmail?
aired a comment that Amanda had
Gmail.
left under their video, where they had initially mentioned her as being a new up-and-coming target. And it was there she wrote, "It's Amanda here. I'm getting blackmailed and the cops are out looking for the guy that posted the video of me flashing to all my family members and friends because I didn't do stuff with him on camera."
Oh, misspelled right here.
People are also getting charged, but the site is shut down. The host would try to
put
spin
that
this
in
in a
your
way that
notes.
blamed the police for failing to stop Amanda's harassment, while posing as the good guys in this situation. Though
I mean,
this only proved that the Daily...
It's pretty bad to hear. You know, she sounded, you know, the email or whatever it is comment. You know, she sounds pretty confident there. You know, she even put the smiley, right? So she sounds pretty confident, but you know, even though the police got involved and all that stuff, she still killed herself. I mean, pretty bad.
Capper did in fact know about Amanda's torment and did nothing until she was already gone. This would be the final episode ever aired of the Daily Capper. And with that, the creator and all his friends fell back into their dark corners, like snakes retreating into their holes, leaving the capping community, which was once so public and prominent, to essentially dissipate.
Oh.
But what I find so frustrating is that even with the national attention this program received,
this is
its
so
creator
scary,
has still
man.
never been identified, despite them, in my opinion, having a clear hand in Amanda's death.
Yeah,
by
that's
platforming
pretty
and
crazy.
celebrating this community for all the horrible
They
things
were
they
even
do.
on
A
YouTube.
community in which Aiden was most certainly intertwined with, as by the Daily Capper's own words.
You'd think anyone could be her blackmailer, right? Well, at this time, there was not a single blackmailer that the capping community was not aware of.
Many factors played a role in Amanda's death, and the Daily Capper was certainly one of them. And though I know this rabbit hole goes much deeper, and would eventually lead to the identity of this criminal, it's nearly impossible to explore anything past this without running the risk of encountering, which means that this is where my investigation ends. And though I'm confident that at some point the creator of this show will be unmasked, this is something that, for the time being, will have to remain one of the many mysteries of the internet.
You know, the thing about it, I understand that he doesn't want to see any CP and all that stuff, but the thing about it is that, you know, it's already out there. You know, you are not spreading it. You would, you know, if you were after the guys, maybe, you know, looking up their names and stuff, maybe you would see something, but, you know, you just close it, pause it, or whatever. I mean, I'm not really sure. I guess Nick right here didn't want it because, you know, watching this stuff is not very it's not legal, right? So I get that he doesn't want it, but yeah, it's unfortunate that we don't know who these people are. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are already dead, because usually these kinds of people, you know, they don't live a happy life, and they eventually just, you know, over themselves. But, you know, some of them might be actually, you know, wealthy, good looking, and all this stuff, but most of them, yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it made me a little sad. You know, I was talking for almost an hour, you know, and the video is only half an hour. I mean, I feel pretty bad after watching this video. The video itself, you know, very, very good work, you know, nicely edited, but it's, I mean, it's scary that this existed, and even on YouTube 2010, and it was on YouTube. Wow. And apparently it's still online somewhere. Yeah, honestly, this made me sad and sick to my stomach, but usually I can handle these videos, but this one hits different. I don't know what it is. Maybe I got a Maybe my hormones, you know. Hopefully not. Anyways, The Daily Capper, a YouTube rabbit hole by Nick Crowley. Check out the original and let me know what you think about this. Please like the video, even though you know the topic and the video is pretty sad, not gonna lie. I was pretty shocked to hear that Anonymous got it wrong. Like, how did they get it wrong? You know, that's pretty weird. But yeah, just check out the original and subscribe. Bye bye.